so close. Hurry now. 1,000 times you could ask that question, and every time I would answer yes. Absolutely yes. But there is something terrible about arriving at a day you've been anticipating for years.
The ships are loading now for Mel Shenshir. Are you ready to board? Right away.
Agarth, you know better than any of us how this will end. Why must we fight a war that you know we will not win?
You would still ask that to Lara, after all you've seen.
Until I get an answer, Fate Weaver. Until then.
Why do we fight? Because there is hope. Because only through battle can we break the chains that fate has forged. Don't you see? We have been given a chance. And though some of us will die, we will die knowing that our lives were finally our own. That we are no longer slaves to the whims of fate. Would you throw it away? Just for fear of another defeat? Not I. I will fight. And if I die knowing that I have made a choice. And this choice, for good or for ill, was my own.
Looks like the Tuatha are up to something. Greetings.
The next ship out of here is heading for Rathir. Are you interested in coming aboard? Suit yourself. The next ship out of here is heading for Rathir. Suit yourself.
Just another recruit.
Come on, the commander's waiting for us.
Keep walking.
Commander O'Wyglen wants to talk before we leave. Witch Knight Malwyn and his forces bested me 10 years ago, and I've been preparing myself since then. If I'm not ready now, then I don't deserve another chance.
The Great General is back, just like she promised. Another 10 years, and I might have started to doubt. Not exactly the heroes of legend, but you're a welcome sight nonetheless. When Mel Shenshir was built, the Winter Fae weren't the friendliest of neighbors, but they were nothing like the Tuatha they've become. Cluricon is all swamp, jungle, and death. Have you ever tried fighting an army in a place like this? It's hot, wet, and it always smells like something died, because something did. We've been the front line of this war for the last decade. The fact that Mel Shenshir still stands at all is a testament to all we've sacrificed. I was just a child before the siege started. I joined the army because I dreamed of becoming a hero like the great General Tilera. Funny thing, dreams. The General's army used to defend us, but that was before the Tuatha started summoning Niskaru to join them. Tilera's forces never stood a chance. Still, she blamed herself and went into exile. We could have used her here, but heroes only show up when you really need them, right? Those bastards keep squeezing us and squeezing us. Well, it's time for them to see what we mortals can do. Likely you've come to see the fortress before it falls. I've seen her stand for the last 10 years, but the end, I think, has finally come. Our scouts report that the Tuatha are massing, and in their wake we've seen it. The Niskaru Lord, Baelor, has come for Mel Shenshir at last. Indeed. They expect us to hide behind the walls of Mel Sensheer. Instead, we'll rush the field and delay the Baelor's arrival. That leaves the Witch Knight. Malwyn is the commander of the Tuatha forces, and likely the one who has made a pact with the Baelor. You and Talera will be part of an effort to kill him. If we can kill Witch Knight Malwyn, then the Baelor may run rampant in the field, and in the chaos we can rout the Tuatha. It is much to hope for, but that's the plan. Soon. I know you're eager, but take a moment to make sure you're ready. Check your gear and say your goodbyes. When you're ready, come meet me by the gates. I'll be readying the troops.
I don't care if the bartender's manning the ramparts. Someone has to have a drink for sale. Hey. Child, you can't hide a good battle from an old hero. I wouldn't have missed this for all the wine in the House of Ballads. It's been 20 years since I've had the honor of fighting by Talera's side. They used to call her the Lady of the Lance, and they will again if I'm any judge.
You look a little nervous. I've got plenty of supplies if you've got plenty of coin. I met her once, back before the siege. She bought a pair of boots from me. I've lived in Mel Sensheer all my life. Sold my first potion when I was no taller than a boggart. It was my home before the war started, and it will be my home long after, no matter the outcome. Back again.
What is Talera doing back here? Interested in a trinket or a gem? Rialti's Ma has what you need. The Great General, they call her. Haven't seen anything great yet. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against the Alfar, but this war is great for business. I'm just a traveling merchant. I take my wares where I can get the most profit. Another time, then.
More blood for the wall.
Name's Tarek Smith. I'm the best armorer this side of the strait. If you need me to repair your gear, just say the word. The Great General. She and the Sen sisters are old friends, you know. They grew up together in Arethel. This is as good a place as any to die. Not that I plan on doing that just yet, mind you. The woman is a poet with a hammer. No one forges a finer blade. Her twin sister Bronwyn, his first sword. You don't even know what that means, do you? I came here to join the fight, but with all the smithing that needs to be done, I haven't been able to escape the forge. Give them hell.
Greetings. What may I do for you? My sister. She has some skill with a blade, yes. Try not to make her angry. With both my sister and Talera here, the Tuatha stand no chance. You will see. For years, the Tuatha have sought to break down these walls, and for years, they have failed. Mel Senshier will never fall. I grew up with Bronwyn in Tolera, so don't think that the only thing I can do with a blade is forge one. Happy hunting.
Look, sister. It is the one who fights beside Tolera. Welcome to the battle, warrior. Historically, the first sword is the greatest blade master of the Alfar army. I earned the title when I killed a Tuatha champion known as Zarastes. Tolera is a great warrior. We are lucky that she has joined us for this next battle. Since the Tuatha penned us here, Mel Senshier has become more than just our home. It is where we've made our stand. My sister can be abrasive at times. Do not let her rough exterior fool you, though. None can forge a finer blade. Go with Lyria.
Can't seem to sleep much anymore. I cannot wait to face the Tuatha head-on. They are the hand-picked elite of the Alfar army. I'm hoping to prove myself worthy of joining their ranks. I just arrived myself. I was a chandler before I received my draft notice. A lot smaller than I was expecting. Of course, judging by the rubble, I suppose it used to be bigger. Give your armor to Tarek Smith for repairs, and he'll give it back better than new. She is the first sword, the greatest champion of the Alfar army. I've been here almost a year. I guess you could call me a veteran at this point. Before the war, I worked for one of the merchant houses in Rathir. I knew about how terrible the siege was when I arrived. My brother had told me. He was killed the day before I was drafted.
Welcome to the war, recruit. Need anything? She has always been an arrogant one. I, for one, think we could have chosen a better commander. I was not originally a sagecrafter, but war breeds necessity, and I learned quickly. This city used to be a gem to behold, but years of war have destroyed much of its beauty.
What is Tolera doing back here?
The great general is back, just like she promised. Another 10 years, and I might have started...
I prefer the sanctuary of this place to the bustle of the square. There will be time enough for clamor when the battle starts. It is good to hear that she has returned. I know that in the coming battle she will be strong. Mel Senshier has been my home for 7 years of bitter struggle. As grateful as I am for the strength of its walls, I am eager for a new horizon. I am a warrior, nothing more. I go where I am told. I will spill blood with my company upon the shield wall until either I fall or no enemies remain.
Fine day for a battle. I've got plenty of supplies if you've got plenty of corn. Come back again.
What is it? Time is running out! Steel yourselves. The battle is not to be taken lightly. Then let us go. We've had sightings of the Tuatha Vanguard. When they enter the courtyard, we will open the gates and counterattack. You and Talera will use the distraction to execute your plan. One way or another, this will be over soon.
Our hunt for Malwyn can now begin in earnest. I will take one path and you another. If a Wygland's troops hold, then Malwyn will be delayed at the outer wall with the Balor. But we should make sure he doesn't get past us. Now, we must get moving. There is no room for error.
Came last. We held them back, but I'm the last one left.
again. Someone's got to make sure these ladders stay down. And you need to move before O'Waglin's troops start falling back.
Finally, some reinforcements. We tried to fight off the Tuatha, but they took most of our company prisoner. They're threatening to execute the rest unless we lay down our arms. You could get in amongst them, silently, if possible, and save what's left of the survivors. The Tuatha moved on us in such numbers, we couldn't hold them all off. I recommend you tread lightly in there. They'll probably kill any survivors if we try to mount a frontal assault. Normally, I'm a scout, but anybody that can swing a blade has to do their part today.
is our chance, before they can regain control of the creature. Ah! Theoden, guide my hand. For Rathir! This ends here!
You're still alive! You've got to destroy Baelor before it tears this place apart. I know, child. Everything seemed still in that moment when she struck the Baelor. At least she died how she wanted to. But her sacrifice won't mean anything unless you do something to stop that beast.
Tuatha. They're gone. After 10 years, I can't believe they're finally gone. We lost many, but we all knew the risk. I almost joined them. The Tuatha had my back against the outer wall when there was this flash of light. I looked up, and all I saw was the silhouette of you on top of that beast. It was the most glorious sight of my life. But I never saw the General. I'd like to personally thank her. Then the rumors of her dishonor will finally be silenced. She gave everything to us in the end, and the world will know that. When we rebuild these walls, we'll name them after General Telera. Her memory will stand as long as the ramparts shine. But she never would have been here had you not delivered her to us. It can never be enough, but we hope you'll accept this as our thanks. We freed the city, but the Tuatha still hold most of Cluricon. Over the years, they've infected every part of these swamps. Clearing them out isn't going to be easy, but we might have help. There are rumors of a small band of fighters harassing the Tuatha. Perhaps the hero of Mel Senshir can convince them to work with us. Good luck. Our soldiers are doing their best out there, but it's still a nightmare. We've heard rumors about a band of soldiers striking the Tuatha for years, but nothing solid. They said their forces were crippled by a bitter frost, but it never gets that cold in the swamps. Watch out for those red-eyed bastards.
Lyria smiling upon us now.
I am Corialia Scathe, head surgeon here in Mel Sensher. Do you require healing? As head surgeon, I support the soldiers of the Alfar armies as best I can. Despite the recent and dramatic improvements in healing magic, few that make their way to my table survive. As great as our power may be, the power of the Tuatha is all the more destructive. Her services are adequate. I'll admit, her only fault lies in caring too much for her patients. A beautiful city, is it not? When the siege began, I came here straight away from studying with the Scholia Arcana in Rathir. The opportunity to observe the effects of violence firsthand and to help, of course, was too much to ignore. To be able to study their physiology. Impossible, of course, given how their bodies return to nature upon their death. Farewell.
I am Megan, nurse to the wounded soldiers of the Alfar. How can I help you? Mistress Scathe is our head surgeon, though lately she's taken to disappearing for hours at a time. I cannot help but wonder where she goes. He came to us broken from the fighting. I fear that though his flesh has survived the siege, his mind has not. My family does not understand. They want me to settle down somewhere. There are so many who suffer and so few who help. I cannot just turn and look the other way. The poor soldiers of Mel Senshir desperately need a healer's touch. There are so many dead or dying, and so few of us to help. Stay safe.
Greetings.
You're already dead. Nothing but another corpse, just like me. Another body for the feast. She's here, you know. Death. I've seen her. She's like a big fat crow come to eat my eyes. Please, don't let her eat my eyes. I don't want to die. A fool twice cursed. Once to fall in battle, nearly killed. Cursed again to keep on living in this wretched place, this nest of death and darkness. A whole city of crows, fat from feasting. Once I thought they were monsters, always rising. I didn't know then. I didn't understand where the real monsters live. Oh, she's a great, dark crow with 1,000 needle beaks. She's going to take me, you know, I've seen it. We're all beggars, dead already and begging for the end. Beggars bent like hags, bent beneath a bloody fate. But you're no beggar at all. You're the scarecrow, aren't you? Shoo, death, shoo! I can see it, all around you. You're not like us, you're not like anyone. You're not afraid of death, are you? I am. I dream of her. She takes me beneath the tower and she does things, horrible things. Don't let her take me there, please. Don't let her open me up. I don't want to see what's inside. That's where she keeps her nest. We go beneath the tower, but we don't come out again. Don't go there. It's dangerous. Don't go. You won't come back. Don't leave me.
I am Corialia Scathe, head surgeon here in Mel Sensher. Do you require healing? Master Hawkins is not well, I'm afraid. The injuries he sustained have broken both his body and his spirit. Do not trust anything he tells you. I can assure you that his mind is racked with a deep dementia. Farewell.
The Tuatha lines have broken, and we still live. It looks like fate has a sense of humor. Please, forgive my melancholy. The champion of Mel Sensher should be cheered, not subjected to my sorrow. I am Adrian Tyr, and I owe you my thanks. Though many have been lost, your courage saved a great many more. I did not think fate would let us survive that onslaught. It seems that even if fate is not on our side, you are. She was the greatest among us. What happened out there on the wall? I knew she would redeem herself. Thank Lyria she was here, and that her life was not given in vain. I was dead, or I should have been at least, if it were not for a Varani mercenary who threw himself in the fray. He fought like a demon, and I was able to escape. The poor man was not so fortunate, though. I watched the Tuatha cut him off, and then he was gone. It shames me, but I once held such mercenaries in great disdain. But this man, whoever he was a warrior of honor. He was cut off and surrounded by the Tuatha. He is surely dead. However, his body must lie somewhere in Cursewood. It would give me peace to learn of his fate. Farewell.
Honor to you, champion. I watched from the battle's van while you faced Malwyn and his demon pet. You have earned great glory and the respect of all Alfar. If you have a moment, could I ask a favor of you? Since the Tuatha penned us here, Mel Senshier has become more than just our home. It is where we made our stand. Now that the siege has been broken, it will be where we rise up and take the fight back to the cursed Tuatha. We grew up together back in Arethel. I've never known a warrior more courageous. I have never been a part of a battle like that before. You and Tilera were magnificent. Since the battle, several of my men have asked for the chance to challenge the champion of Mel Senshier. You slew Malwyn and destroyed the great demon he commanded. They hold you in awe. 5 of our greatest fighters have asked, and if you accept, they will each face you here in the practice yard in single combat. There are 5 in total. Anayan Gaius, Tarek Smith, Safedra Will, Adrian Tyr, and my sister, Ragnar Sen. Tell me when you are prepared to fight, and I will summon the appropriate warrior. Good luck to you, champion. Excellent. Your first challenger is Anayan Gaius. He is a veteran of more than a dozen campaigns and my personal aid. This should prove interesting. Go with Lyria. That last fight with Anayan was interesting. He fared better than I thought, though I was unsurprised when you bested him. Prepared for your next challenge? Your next challenger is Tarek Smith. The smith spends all day pounding steel. Do not let him pound you too. Go with Lyria. You certainly didn't pull any punches with my blacksmith. I hope he can still hold a hammer tomorrow. Safedra Will is next. Are you prepared? Safedra is one of my best scouts, quick and agile. Give her any room and she'll make the ring into your grave. Go with Lyria. You handled Safedra readily enough. Perhaps it's time you face Adrian Tyr. Adrian Tyr survived alone 3 times when his company to a man has fallen. The soldier refuses to give up. He is fearless and enduring. It will take the force of God to bring him to his knees. Good luck. Go with Lyria. Adrian fell harder than I thought he would. Well done. Your final challenger is my sister, Ragnar. She is the finest weaponsmith in the Alfar army, and a peerless fighter. She will bury her sword in your heart if you are not careful. Do not underestimate her. Go with Lyria. One by one, the greatest of the Alfar have faced you in single combat, and all have fallen. Now it is my turn. I am Bronwyn Aurelia Sen, the first sword of the Alfar. I was born in battle, and hundreds have fallen by my hand. Let us see what you are truly made of, champion. Go with Lyria. You are worthy of honor, warrior. I have never faced your equal. Take this. Tilera herself granted me this blade for the slaying of the Tuatha champion Zerastes, but you deserve it more than I. The Alfar honor you, champion. May the Tuatha fear your coming. Go with Lyria.
Do you have any idea how depressing it is to be a Fate Weaver in a place like this? I've seen the fate of every soldier in that battle, and none of them were to survive past that day. I do not know what you are, or how you are doing whatever it is you're doing, but I'm glad you are on our side. I came here wishing to be of some use to the defenders of the city, but telling them all that they are going to die isn't what I had in mind. It was a great deed, her sacrifice. Still, I find it odd. It wasn't her fate to die here. She was to continue on, after the fall of the city. I don't know why I came here. Every fate I see ends in a terrible, gruesome death.
Well met. It's time to celebrate. The Baelor's dead, and the Tuatha have fallen back to Cursewood. You and me, let's drink to victory. I'm not doing this for the glory. Glory's worthless when you're dead. I'm doing this because someone has to. And if not me, then who? Thought we were doomed, didn't you? You and everybody else. But nobody accounted for the hero of Mel Sensheer. Oh, I come from a long line of soldiers. We don't know anything else. I'd pay good gold to see anyone in my family bake a loaf of bread or read a book. No, not tack. Not tack. Damn the Tuatha! Damn them to the fires! This isn't how it was supposed to happen. I was supposed to be the soldier. He was supposed to stay home to watch Mother. I knew he was in Cursewood, but they must have been in the path of the Baelor. They were trying to shield us. Poor Tack. Mother will be ruined.
I had almost forgotten how good peace can be for business. I thank Lyria you were here with us, hero. You brought us victory in our darkest moment. When she left before, well, I didn't think we would ever see her again. She was far braver and stronger than I gave her credit for. I've been running the Serpent's Tail ever since the original proprietor left to buy supplies, and never came back. It's not easy keeping a tavern open in the middle of a siege, but the soldiers needed something to keep their minds off the war. What you see around you is a shell of what Mel Senshier once was. Before the Tuatha occupation, she was a great trading post, a sister of Rathir. But now the city is in ruins, and the path to rebuild her is long indeed.
When the Grace and Ascaru arrived, I thought we were doomed.
Damn swamps.
The prattling of a madman alone, could you? This is my sanctum, trespasser. You couldn't possibly understand the work I'm doing here. I fear I will need to kill you now. Perhaps the process will provide some insights into your unique power. Don't you see? The physiology of the mortal races is a book we've barely begun to crack. You couldn't possibly understand. I take these young men and women and I open them and I see what truly lives within. Magic is changing and so are those who wield it. I am merely bold enough to look and learn the how and why. How unsurprisingly noble of you. Few possess the intellectual acuity to appreciate my work. Very well. Perhaps I will learn something from your death. Ooh, this will
She's dead, isn't she? The moment she passed, the clouds surrounding my mind seemed to pass. What a wretched woman. Who knows how long she's been here, preying on the weak and injured. Seems I named you well, Scarecrow. I cannot thank you enough for what you've done. I do not think that I can return to the Chandlery after what I've seen. Where does one go after they've seen the horror of war? A kind soul. She hasn't left the hospital since the siege. I don't think she even sleeps. I wish I had never come to this cursed city. I survived the horror of battle only to find the horrors of the hospital.
Nothing like war to keep a gravedigger in business. The elite scout unit of Mel Senshier. Few love their work as much as they do. You are a whirlwind of death. I have never seen your equal. Courageous right to the end. Never be another like her. She was a goddess of war. I've seen more of the soldiers that defend Mel Senshier than all of the officers 10 times over. They keep coming from Rathir, and I keep putting them into the ground. So you chose to kill the crow. Interesting. Young Master Hawkins wasn't prepared for the reality of war. Few ever are. The siege has been broken, but the cost... well, I'll be busy for the next few months.
Keep them coming. Hello. Hail, warrior.
Lyria is smiling upon us now. The next ship out of here is heading for Rathir. Are you interested? To Rathir we go. The hero...
Fancy to chat?
Looks like you're used to dust on your feet. Willing to help an old tinker collecting some iron? Farewell.
So it's done. Better you than me, I suppose. With the war still raging, there's always plenty of bad news to deliver. You should see the stacks of them in Rathir. Thank you. You have more courage than I do. And I've stared into the eye of the enemy. Take this. It's my weekly pay. I can't bear to feel its weight.
Back again? Still could use the help of a clever traveler if you need some coin. Krilgarin has returned to lead us once more. I've heard that she was involved in removing the Hierophant, but could that be true? Good, good. Give them here, and I can pay you all you deserve. Pleasant travels, Burke. Back again? Still could use the help of a clever traveler if you need some coin. There are guards outside of the prisons in each city, and they have the keys, which means you'll have to get arrested, or be right clever in pickpocketing. Pleasant travels.
For army use, not for demonstrating.
Greetings. Ships are loading now for Mel Shenshir. Are you right away?
Keep walking.
Greetings.
Allies can come from the strangest places. Any luck out there? I'll meet you in Mel Shenshir.
Off into the swamps, I assume? The Fae of House Vengeance has always embraced their anger. Before Gadflow, they accepted it and controlled it. Now they wield it like a pair of swords. When mortals were welcomed into the Faelands, Vengeance already despised us as interlopers. When Gadflow declared war, they were already on his side. None that would be of any help. After a decade of Tuatha control, they've all gone quiet. But if there are any out there, I'm sure they'll be looking for you. Just keep your eyes open. After all, you'll be in their swamp. Be on your way.